7/13, Town of Granby Conservation Commission for August 13th, 2019. We're going to open the public hearings with building and board of health permits. Anyone here for a building permit? Yeah, come on forward. What are you here for? Okay, come on up.
We have order conditions on it, so.
Sure. This is the solar field.
Oh.
So why don't you tell them what you've done so far as erosion control?
We put our wells in 7,000 feet.
Is this the one over on Lion Street?
Morgan.
This is
Okay.
LaFlamme's
Right.
project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a question about what was the building you guys were talking about putting on the property? You needed a building permit.
You need a building permit. Two flames here, by the way.
Oh, all right.
For Dickinson Farm, so you need a building permit for the structural pad and the fence.
Is that what they were
That's
talking
correct.
about?
Yeah, you need a building permit for that.
For the
Okay.
foundation.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anytime.
I never got an answer as to what they needed that building permit for.
It's part of the,
For the equipment pad.
Okay, all right, okay.
And also the fence with
so we have an order of conditions on this project, I believe, correct? There's an order of conditions.
I
So
think so, yeah.
I don't have a problem approving the building permit tonight because there's an order of conditions.
Right, yeah.
So unless I make a motion.
Is that out of the 100-foot buffer zone, all that fun stuff?
Everything has already been surveyed and laid out.
I don't know, I don't remember where was the pad on the plan?
It's a solar fields. It's
Yeah,
on-
I know, but they had
Are you the
changed it
contractor?
where they were making,
I'm the project manager from.
okay.
From what
Because they were
company?
they changed from like long rows
Right.
to,
I think
full
actually
rounds.
they reduced the impact, or they pulled it further away
okay.
from the wetlands, from what I
I
remember.
believe that was the
Yeah, we
case,
pulled it
yes.
inside.
Yes.
From Morgan.
So I make a motion that we approve the building permit based on the order of conditions that were issued earlier.
Now, the commission still has to go out and look at the wattle placement. Wenda, can you do that maybe with Patty at some point?
Maybe I'm leaving tomorrow for a week.
You are. But we have to have somebody to go out there and look.
Well, we can inspect it at any time we want because there's order of
Right.
conditions.
Yeah.
We can go on site at any time,
All right.
obviously, so
So are you going to be out there tomorrow morning?
Nope.
No.
there's a motion to
All right.
approve based on the
I'll second.
previous discussion. All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed?
Fine.
I'll leave my card.
Okay, if you could,
If
yeah.
you want to coordinate a site walk with me.
Yeah, do you have another card, please? Yeah. Yeah, we can set something up again. We need an
All right, so
assistant.
that was for solar field on Morgan.
See, I asked her right here. Look at that. Please print out 4 sets of this argument for our next meeting. Thank you. By the commission.
Thanks.
So maybe she actually did.
So should we write on that for the pad and fence?
Well, I have as per order of conditions.
Okay.
So-
All right.
Again, it's under already previously approved permit.
Okay, good luck. Thank you.
Good luck.
Yep.
Anybody else here for a building permit? Okay, seeing no one else. It's 7:17. Go on to the administrative duties real quick. Commentary?
Well, we got a bunch of projects in the works, and we finished up an enforcement order down at 229 East. Patty's going to comment on if she comes. Did she meet regarding the tree cutting at Forge Pond?
Don't know.
I believe so.
I think she did.
She went out there.
Yeah.
And she talked to the contractor?
That's my understanding.
All right, I wish she'd be here to discuss that, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But we got plenty on our plates.
Let's post the next meeting for August 27th, 7 p.m. at Carnegie Library, 1 Library Lane. Item number 3, minutes. please,
I put as
As per-
see video.
yeah, at this time, we don't have a secretary, so
Let's see.
as per recording. Bills to pay, I just went through these files, there's no bills in the file.
Did we ever
pay.
get that money released?
We put the order in, are you talking about for the solar field that was just here?
Was it that one?
That one?
Okay.
I believe so, yeah, that went
Okay.
through. It's not in the folder, at least. Financial updates, there's nothing in the folders that was for financial updates. Back to the gravel permits. I've got 2 here that need to be approved. We have one for Untitled Materials at 240 Chicopee Street, and we have one here for Greg Orland at
And what's the
212.
gravel pit for Stinson?
You mean Naraki?
Is it, no, the one that we're talking about, the order of conditions or something for a single-family house, but it's a gravel pit? Is that a regular gravel pit?
No,
Okay, all right, okay.
Where's this?
I don't know, it was in the email.
on East Street for teasers.
Okay.
They filed 10 years ago to put a driveway in, which they have not.
Yeah, is that,
Getting ready to build a house, but
yeah, I saw something in there. Have they recently filed? Have they recently filed?
yeah, we filed last week.
Okay, that's what I saw in
Be
there.
at the next
Okay,
meeting.
I saw that in there. So, it's not on this agenda. So you have Greg Orleans and Untitled Materials to approve. My understanding is I think you guys already approved Naraki because of the last order of conditions that went through
Right,
for the solar fields. Nothing has been expanded upon,
right.
so that was just done.
Yeah.
The only one, so we have,
We'll
we need,
circle back to
Bill and I
that.
have to go back to the other one because of all the conflicts of interest.
We'll circle back to that as far as
So gravel
the
pits.
gravel pits. Go back to that. Outreach. I've got nothing in the files. Notices, ZBA, same action, nothing in the files for notices or ZBAs. News and announcements, nothing.
I just wanted to congratulate you, Ed, and Wenda in getting reappointed to the commission for another 3 years.
Yeah, great.
Oh, we're on the same cycle?
Yep. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because myself and Patty got reappointed last year, and I think Amanda's on the other cycle, so well done. Thank you for your service.
Only biting at the bit on that one,
I
right?
know, yeah.
Site visits to schedule, we'll go back to that. We'll circle back to that.
So
Got about 9 minutes.
so Old Business, Forge Pond. So has any work been done out there?
I'm not aware of any tree cutting, but I think Patty went out there, you were saying?
Yeah,
Patty was out there with
it was 3 o'clock the other afternoon.
So that's, as far as I know, is gearing up. We've already issued the
order.
order.
Okay.
So that was at the last meeting.
And then Children's First should be coming in this fall, right? I think?
I would imagine that'd be the second growing season
Yeah,
on that.
yeah.
And we have several complaints that we need to either take action on. And we can circle back to that. So, in the meantime,
Oh, and, I can't remember that Morgan Street person, did they come in last week? Did I miss the last meeting? We had got an email about the, Mass Heritage line.
Oh, yeah, someone wanted to move the natural heritage line.
Yeah, from the other side of the
And the
pond.
probability of that happening, I think, is slim to nil.
well, that's beyond our jurisdiction anyway.
That's why I told her, I said, we don't move it, it's heritage.
Call
I
Misty
said-
Ann Marmaduke.
I said, you're gonna file with Mass Heritage, and, but I think that line, remember the guy who cleared that lot? He
Right.
was in Mass Heritage, and then they moved it back for that species to the other side of the field.
They
So
have to
it may
file.
have moved already, but I
She has to
said-
file.
I told her she had to file, because there's wetlands.
Not only that, but endangered species.
Yeah, to make sure that has been moved to the other side.
Sure.
Yeah. I said, I
I
think.
don't believe they're gonna allow any change.
No, but I want to say that it already got moved back, they reconfigured it already.
I think what it is, the guy wants to mow the back of his property.
Okay.
And the way it's set up, he cannot
Is there
mow
already hay?
past the line. Don't ask me, I don't know.
Is it the
anything about it.
hayfields?
No, it's a pond, I think, in the
It was a
woods.
wooded area.
I think I know what you're
It was a
talking about.
wooded area,
Yeah.
they converted it to lawn.
I think it's in between where that lot is and then where the next house is on Morgan Street. So I think that eventually will have to
Please, one
be.
of those agendas.
I told her she's
Yeah,
probably
for
gonna have to
some
file just because there's a pond.
I would think so, at minimum RDA.
Yeah, so. So I just wondered if she came in yet or not.
I have not seen that one.
Okay. And how about, Cold Hill?
That's this part of the.
I got an email from Dave Collette, and he's out of town on business this week,
Okay.
so we're gonna get him in next time.
Because I think he needs to have the land behind him flagged behind the house, because he is surrounded by wetlands.
That wasn't done on the original permit. So he supposedly coming in or amendment? Or is it
No,
enforcement?
no, there's gonna be an enforcement,
Sure.
and, yeah, no amendment, because there's too much discrepancy. The road is 130 feet south of where it was
Yeah,
supposed to have been put.
it's in the wrong position.
Yeah, it's
And,
really, yeah.
but I'm afraid he cleared some of the wetland behind the house.
There's gonna be replication
Two.
required, about 3,000
So we need to
square
make
feet.
sure that when he gets his wetlands flagged fully there, that there's wetlands behind it,
Okay.
which I don't know if you looked
Well,
at.
this computer,
We'll cross that bridge.
Is it wet behind there? I just saw elderberry
We'll cross that
from
when
his
we get
driveway,
there.
so,
I really didn't look behind his house over the hill.
yeah.
We'll cross that when we get to
But
that point.
I figure elderberry's pretty wet.
We'll cross that when we get to it.
Yeah.
If we have to do an enforcement order, that's gonna be part of it.
Yeah.
So we'll have,
well, Dave, I've already talked to Fowles about it.
okay,
There will be an enforcement order, yeah.
okay. That's direct from DEP. We're
Yeah.
requesting an enforcement order. Do we have the time to start that this afternoon?
All right, so maybe we should find out who everybody is.
Sure.
I know the
Lou,
Flam.
What are you guys here for?
Actually, we're here mostly for information for you.
Yeah, come on up, Lou, why don't we
I'm
do
sorry,
you guys
let's
first
go.
here?
It's informational. We have about 8 minutes.
As you know, I'm on the Park Oversight Committee. We've been working on Dufresne's Park. Fortunately, we had a fairly large donation from friends and relatives of your
Casey.
former, Casey, yeah. This is her ex-husband, Ben.
Oh, how you doing? Sorry we've been playing phone tag, Ben.
It's all right.
It's okay.
We're here.
It's okay, we're in person, that's great.
Making it work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we've got several things in the works, one of which is expanding the dog park. We're just going through the getting quotes on the fence and all that stuff right now. When we eventually, hopefully, we'll put in some type of non-potable water supply for the animals and maybe a small pavilion with a terrace. So there's a lot of potential there. But aside from that, there's some issues with the trails behind up in the woods there. And Ben, has taken upon himself to get a quote on improving the trails, and I'll let him get into the particulars of it, but he is willing to donate the funds to pay for it, and he has a quote on how much it will cost, and the gentleman who will just do the work and describe the work is here also tonight. So primarily, that's why we're here tonight, is to get your stamp of approval on doing the trail repair, since that's your property up there, basically. It's under your jurisdiction.
And also some of the dog park is within 100 feet of the wetland.
I guess further than 100 feet is my
Okay.
understanding.
Okay.
Yeah, the folks from GZA measured that out.
Oh, all right, okay.
They've been down there a number of times.
Do you guys have a site plan, at least even a draft site plan we can look at?
For the dog park itself?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
This is just, I mean, it's a simple
Yeah,
schematic, but
okay.
That's fine.
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what GZA put together.
Yeah.
This is existing?
This is existing in this space here, yep. And then this would be all new in this area here. Is the intention. So this would be a smaller small dog area. This actually will not be here, this fence here, so it'll be one big large L. Correct.
Okay. No, we had talked about the shape of the fencing. Yeah. People in the dog business tell me you should do an oval so that the dogs can't get pinned. Yes, something with corners that aren't 90s, where dogs could get pinned if they gang up on one animal.
Yeah, I've been doing a fair amount of research. I've heard, not that specifically, but I've certainly heard like not putting doorways in corners, which actually the current one is, for that exact reason. If they go into the corner, dogs can be coming
That's right.
But that said, I love the idea. It's definitely much less efficient. There's plenty of dog parks and design books out there that have a lot of rectangular 90-degree designs. So
Becky, her parents did a lot of research on travel and wouldn't travel last year, and they said they'd never seen anything but a square corner.
yeah, so
Okay.
I saw something that was done in DC and New York, right? Some just built in the last couple of years. I think I get it. I don't know if it's that.
We've never had an issue down there that I've heard of.
All right.
In the dog parks.
Again, I just offered a suggestion based on some stuff that I saw on the West Coast. So.
We can talk to the fence company and see if it's something feasible for them.
Yeah, you know, if we had unlimited funds, you know what I would do? I'd have an inner circle with your obstacle course. Then I'd have an outer circle for the racing dogs, the greyhounds and the whippets that like to run. So they'll have an oval. They could actually run in a confined area. That would be really cool. Yeah, that'd be really neat. Have a little racetrack for them, but it's only money.
All right, so if that's kind of the sketch?
That is a dog thing, right?
Oh, yeah, here one down.
Just a hand sketch. This was something I put together for the fencing folks. Yeah, that's the one.
Good.
So again, this fencing here will not actually exist.
Okay.
This gate, this fence.
So Ben, as far as the trail is concerned, then are there little wet areas that you have to
So
cross?
there's depressions, when it rains or in the springtime, flow up
Yeah.
pretty quick. There's
Okay.
no adjacent wetlands. I mean, there are some way out.
Okay, so there are little isolated areas that
Exactly.
if you put some trap rock or some stone in, you think you could do the job?
And Walker's here from Termo. He could describe a little bit more of what his intentions would be for the design aspect.
Okay.
Yeah, I can point it out to you on a map.
Yeah, again, we're kind of behind the 8 ball today because our normal person that does our computer isn't here, and this doesn't tie into that too efficiently.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I would be more. I can pull it up myself.
Actually, I could. Let me just see what I can do here.
Here.
I don't know if you've been down to Park recently, but as of a couple of weeks ago, town finally hired their own maintenance person. And
Oh, good.
Park looks spectacular. I mean,
Oh, good.
It's all been weed whacked and but
Oh yeah, I met a new guy. There's a new guy.
Jeremy, yeah.
Okay.
He's doing a great job
Oh,
down
good.
there.
Oh, that's
All
excellent.
parks, actually.
So did Dave retire?
No. It's just that we had shared maintenance people with the schools.
Yeah.
And then they decided to break that up so the town now has its own.
Oh, okay. That's what. Okay. Yeah, I ran into him in
And
town.
it's not on the highway.
Yeah. What do you got, Ben?
So I can show you this. It's tiny. I'll bring it over to you in a sec. So this is,
I can zoom in on this thing too.
this is All Trails, which I don't know if you ever use this. It's a great app. But it actually has all the trails marked in here.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, there was a guy who marked them last year,
All
the
right.
year
All
before.
right. Here's the pond here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So where you?
So you go up a little ways, or down here, I should say. It's going to be,
The dog park is in here, right?
Yep, this is the horse area, dog park's right in here.
Were they supposed to have taken trees down a few years ago? A bunch of.
Yeah, there's a bunch of white pines in there, and they talked about, they were going to expand the fence a while back, and they ran out of
It
funds.
was like 5 years ago.
Exactly.
Looked at, and there's really no need to take them down. It makes nice shade. Pine needles make a nice surface.
Yeah, but that's kind of where the vision for this dog park, in Casey's memory came from, was knowing that they had originally intended that.
Yeah.
But this is probably the easiest way to actually see this right here. But the trail is, come on now. Just have it
The
up.
other big thing she was trying to work on was the pond getting fixed.
The pond.
That needs to be dredged.
Oh yeah, for sure.
$500,000.
So this red loop is the main
All we
white
need
loop.
is money, Lou. All we need
Yeah, right.
is money. That's the problem.
Well, I thought it was always the permitting that was the issue.
So you're looking at a spot that would be, the dog park is right here, This is the first little intersection on the main loop that wraps around to the small little retention pond over here.
Yeah.
That intersection is one of the spots, and then the rest of it is right along this section of trail back here. So this is the white loop, and this is the kind of shorter version of that in here. This is the most trafficked loop right here, is this. And so it's the kind of thing that, would need to be
I
designed
know
to...
there's a vernal pool in the middle somewhere.
Oh, so the property goes back this far?
Oh,
then?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it goes back there quite a ways.
So it's way back.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so-
Well, you got some private land back here too, but...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's off in the back a little ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a vernal, I imagine, I believe it's a vernal pool. It's down in here.
Okay.
But when you actually look at this to scale, that's still a couple hundred yards down the hill from where the trail is. So
Wow.
So you
there's
need
actually
to
a bunch of...
water berms and different things like that?
Say again?
You want to put water berms and stuff like that?
No,
Because
not
there's
going to be in that far. That would be a question for Walker. So Walker's company, Terramore, has worked with a few different local towns and also DCR, I believe, all focused on the majority is trail work. But he could speak more to the design aspect of it.
So what does your company do?
I'm doing a lot of wheelchair accessible trails, trail remediation projects. Actually, a lot of the projects I do on off-highway vehicle trails in the state forest up in Granby. That's one of the ones I've done a lot of. We have trails that are in places where they probably shouldn't have been, but now they're there and try to limit the impact of the resource and armor those trails. People go around them and then they get wider. Now, what could have been a 3-foot trail is now a 20-foot trail. And so
That's kind of what's happening
That's
there,
exactly what's happening
Because
there.
of the wetstones, yeah.
So the idea would be to, as you said, bring in some of the, maybe an 1.25 inch stone, build up a little bit, and then some geotextile, and some smaller gravel on top of that.
Right, something that's easily traversed by a wheelchair, and that's part of this.
Horses too.
And horses.
Because the handicap thing hasn't been put in yet.
No, this is not going to be any back.
Yeah, that was another thing on the table about 10 years ago that went by the wayside.
It wasn't even that long, but
Yeah.
what happened was we got the grant, and at the time, they were talking about dredging the pond.
Right, that's
So
right, that's
that
right.
postponed it.
That's right. Because remember, Lou, there was a guy, what was his name? Paquette or something?
Oh,
Paul
okay.
Paquette. He was supposed to arrange for the military to do some dredging.
Yeah, he talks about it.
And that kind of fell to the wayside. Yeah.
We had to turn the grant money back in because,
Yeah.
they didn't want to invest money in the trail and have the pond dredged.
Oh, okay.
Why don't we,
Kevin, you were at Conscom when they dredged that last, right? What was that?
Sure, we called up a local contractor and said, we got $10,000. What can you do for us?
That was back in late 80s?
Gentlemen, can we suspend you for a few minutes because we have hearings at 7:30? So stand by and we'll get back to you shortly. Go ahead, Ed.
yeah, why don't we,
Yeah.
if you want to sit back for a while, we'll
Yeah,
come
then
back to
we'll
you.
come back to you guys.
So, 7:30, continuation of an RDA filed by the Department of Conservation Recreation, see whether the work depicted on plans referenced subject to Wetlands Protection Act with regards to property located on Green Meadow Lane in the town of Granby. Is there anyone here for the Department of Conservation Recreation for Green Meadow?
I move we continue.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Continuation at 7:30, notice of intent filed by Dennis and Evelyn LaFlamme for proposed construction of a 650 square foot addition to the existing dwelling with regards to property located at 499 East State Street and known as map 14C-A 22.2 in the town of Granby. Kevin, you want to come up?
Yep.
It's a continuation, so
After the last meeting, we had a question from one of the members who wanted to do some research. Is that right, Bill?
Yeah, and we concluded that everything's fine, so they're good to go.
Do you mind if I come up?
Yeah, come on. Yes, please.
sure, if you want,
Dennis.
Dennis LaFlamme. Sure. So you're all satisfied with?
Yeah.
Was delivered?
I rechecked the floodway map and the firm map, and they're good.
Okay.
What I wanted to add, just
Yeah.
because of this taxpayer's comment, I hired Richard Cook to do a survey, who's got a tremendous amount of experience, and you all know that. He saw an error. I'm giving you some history here, chronology. he saw an error of 6 inches somewhere, and he said, Dennis, I need to do it again, there's something wrong. So I paid for a second survey, he came back and he said, no, I've got it. Then the board asked for Stinton, is it Mr. Stinton something?
Stenson.
Yeah, he's the state, one of the state
I
administrators.
wanted to see more as far as how we would repair whatever we would be taking out. So I paid for a third survey. And then Richard Cook said, Mr. Stinson is going to be taking a look at this. Is it all right if I hire a civil engineer to test my map, meaning his? So I want you to know that I went through 4 expenses to give you accuracy.
Well, that means the probability of it being correct is enhanced every time you redo it.
The point is that's the kind of person
That's
I am. I didn't
fine. Good,
say,
no, that's
"Oh,
good,
guys."
no, that's good.
I said,
Well
let's get it all
done,
out,
good,
because I
good.
spent 40 years of my life
That's
doing
good,
things
that's
inside
good,
the law.
that's good. So Kev, do you need anything
Thank
filled
you.
out here? Do you need what do you need? Order of conditions?
We need an order of conditions, and we'd like to get a building permit, just to sign off by the commission in order to check off.
Now, the order of conditions does have some comp storage that's required, and it's minimal, it's not going to
It's
be.
minimal, but I have room for more, and
Yeah,
I
okay,
figure if I get
okay.
into something later,
All
it's
right.
60 cubic yards
Yeah.
that you're looking for.
Yeah.
I got room to go 200, so let's see, you know?
Well, again, are you ready to do the order of conditions tonight?
We don't
I don't
have a
have a
computer.
computer.
Well, that's the problem, Amanda's not.
We can make a motion to approve.
Yeah, we can do that.
Are you
But
guys
again-
okay signing on the building permit?
But again,
That's okay?
we've got some, we will have some special conditions on the notice of intent, and that's the problem. But I think we can sign the building permit, and we can actually close the hearing on the notice of intent.
Do we close it before we write the order of conditions?
Yeah, we can do that, but we can't, we can close it, but we can't vote tonight. Is that okay with you guys?
Well, the truth is, it's
No.
not, but I don't seem to have a
No, I'd say if we close the hearing, don't we, oh yeah, then we have to take
You
a
have
vote.
Yeah, closing the hearing simply means we can't gather any new information.
But you're satisfied with what was presented?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
But again, I think we still have to craft the specials. There won't be many, but we're gonna have to craft them. And again, we gotta fill out the paperwork. Kev, did you do this on EDEP?
Excuse me?
EDEP?
Electronic filing?
No, you didn't.
No, I
You did. Because if we did, it would have been a lot easier. If we did on EDEP, we could have done it in 2 seconds, but that's okay. All right.
So, is there a motion to close the public hearing?
Gotta be kidding, right? I've got a 16-week lead time on one part, which brings me to December 15th, which means that the ground is hard. I'm not scolding anyone, but I've been through 6 weeks of this, and is there some way that we can move forward, and I won't touch the ground until you guys...
Well,
I don't know how it works.
we're supposed to have a half-time person. You know that, Lou? They're supposed to hire a half-time planning board conservation person.
You have to break the break.
heard rumors to that effect.
That was approved at town meeting back in June. They haven't even interviewed yet.
Well, do they have silt fence on the plan?
I believe so.
Probably not.
Well, let's see.
No, not on the show. It was a garage to the south, and...
You're probably pouring both foundations at the same
No,
time.
I can't because of a septic system.
So they gotta...
So I'm gonna back it in, do one footing, foundation, put the stone in, and then put the what do you call it, the pad,
Okay.
backfill it, and then dig the other, because I can't get the trucks in.
It's a pretty tight...
Yeah, he's got
Okay.
to put
There's a plan in
stuff.
place, but
Because I didn't know if you could, if we could approve part of the work at this point. If we sign off his building permit, he can get some work done.
Yeah, no, what I'm thinking is if we get this signed, we can at least get the permit in place.
Yes,
And then
yes.
hopefully in the meantime,
Yes.
we get the order.
And then you can get on the list for the builder or whoever.
that's a whole other thing with this economy,
Yeah.
but that's my problem.
Is there a motion?
Well, I recommend we sign that, Ed. We sign the building permit, which at least sets that wheel in motion.
What, are we closing the public hearing?
Yeah, I would move
So
to do
if we close
that.
the public hearing, there's no more input from the applicant?
Right.
You're not asking me for any either, I don't believe.
No, I think everything's
No, I think we
fine.
have everything.
Everything's fine.
I did my homework, and thanks to Kevin, the homework's been done.
Is there a motion to close public hearing? We're not just,
I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing on the NOI filed by Dennis and Evelyn Laflamme for, let's see, 499 East State Street.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
So, now, we're gonna make a motion to approve with conditions.
Yes.
Yeah, the conditions would be as follows, at least
Right.
I'd recommend. So why don't you write them
Let's write them
down?
down. A, install erosion control barrier
Yes.
Yeah,
between elevation
between-
273 and 274.
Between work area
Well,
and,
apparently, no input, please. Apparently the work is limited to this area here. Elevation 274 and 273 is here. If you put an erosion control between those two elevation contours, should give them enough room to work.
take a look.
And do we need erosion control on the other side where the garage is too?
There's zero there, I'm not allowed to.
Erosion, how about this? Erosion control should be placed around all excavations and no closer to a wetland than 40 feet?
Well, the
How
problem
close he
is,
is.
the problem is he's in a riverfront area, so it's even a resource area. Like you say, why don't we just go, let's go between elevation 273 and
So erosion
274.
install. Erosion
Yeah.
control between.
Can we type something on your computer and print it as a
He doesn't-
preliminary?
He can't access
The printer's not working. The driver's not working with that printer.
273 and 274. Install erosion,
Again, from north to south and that that sector, from north through west to south.
from
Yeah,
north
through west.
side of project.
Yeah, through the west to the south. So it's like a
I wonder
hemisphere.
if that other one would work. That's a HP over there. That Amanda brought in. Can we try that one?
Westerly.
The Sony would work if you have the Sony computer. Is the Sony here? The black Sony?
Trying to get this through so we can get this, at least,
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah.
we're just trying to get this so we can
Yeah.
get that, at least be comfortable signing that.
Right,
I actually have a
right,
better idea for your erosion fence, but I'm not allowed to.
right, okay. Okay, B.
Well,
Right, so B, execute compensatory storage as shown on plan by R.L. Cook, dated whatever the date was, stamped by the night.
storage as shown on plan by
LeMay.
RH. Dated, I can't read that. July 2019, call it July 2009.
Yeah, July 10th.
Well,
Yeah, let's put that.
if you want to get that exact.
Yeah, because there might be, I think there's another one.
There might be
floating
other
around.
modifications,
Yeah,
but July 2010, 2019.
Yeah.
C. Add,
I'd say notify commission 72 hours prior to,
that's typical, yeah, notify.
that's notification, that's simple.
Should we put anything about the fence needs to be checked after storms? Because we're in the bad storm season right now.
Well, that's actually part of the general
Usually-
conditions,
yeah,
that's part of the
usually
general.
That's the the
Good
first thing
point,
from
though.
DEP.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of the generals.
Hurricane season's what you need.
Yep,
Well,
yeah.
I don't
that's
know, we're
right.
supposed to get severe flooding tonight. I don't know if that's still happening or not.
So
You never know.
there's a septic system being repaired too?
No,
Okay.
Existing.
existing and way out of the way, or I wouldn't even have started this.
Well, you
Okay.
said that part of it had
You
to be
guys have any
moved,
other
so-
conditions you guys want to add? Those are pretty much the standard ones we've always gone with. Erosion control. The only other one, is the execute compensatory storage.
Is there something in there that must be stabilized too, with something?
All ground.
until-
Isn't that in part of the standards from DEP?
Hopefully.
All ground cover shall be stabilized.
The other one is you have the surveyor verify the grades at the end of the project. The pump
As-built.
storage grades, yeah.
All
Record
exposed surfaces were, not
I'm trying to
exposed,
find
but,
a Word document in this thing.
That's the word I'm thinking of.
Must be a
All
Word.
disturbed.
Can you receive an email here, now?
What's that?
Can you receive an email right now?
No, we're just gonna write
I
the,
could dictate that with my phone and send it to you in 2 seconds.
we'll get you. We'll get you. All disturbed surfaces shall be, you wanna say loam and seeded? or
Yeah,
Stable.
seated to ensure stabilization.
Okay.
Okay. Microsoft Word, here we go.
I think that should be it, I'm guessing. There's not too many. I mean, the only one is really the only oddball one is the compensatory
Yeah,
storage.
yeah.
That's
I think that's
the only
fine. I
oddball one.
think that's
We
it.
all know it's just a cubic feet, is right?
But you wanted the.
Well, it's cubic yards, isn't it?
No, feet.
Yeah. Oh, it's cubic feet.
Yeah, it's 5 shovels.
So that's only 2.5 cubic yards then. That's like nothing.
You want an as-built survey at the end?
I only did 4, not 3.
Well,
Well, the as-bilt's gonna really be based on that compensatory
yeah,
storage.
yeah, you really should for
Do
the,
we have a DEP file number?
Yes. It's 165-0332.
0032?
033 to 332. Do you want an as-built or no, Bill?
You said 3
what do you-
threes?
what do you think?
2, all right, okay. All right.
It might benefit the homeowner because if he ever has to go for flood insurance.
That's right, that's exactly
That's
right.
not if I ever have to, I can't proceed without my flood insurance.
Yeah, you're gonna
But
need
I'm
an
just saying,
as, get an
help you
as-built.
in the future.
Yeah, get an as-built,
If you ever have to modify your flood
Yeah.
insurance.
get an
Yeah.
I'm
as-built.
getting flood, can I speak on that?
Sure.
I'm getting flood insurance for 2 years, and I'm paying it off, and I don't need it forever.
Once the mortgage is done.
What's the mortgage?
It's not even a mortgage, it's a line for 2 years.
Yeah.
But you gotta look to the future if you ever wanna sell it.
Well, that's right, the next buyer would need it.
All to get,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, you get your ducks in a row and that
Oh,
way.
yeah, you don't wanna have any trouble when you wanna sell the house.
Forever, but I guess I won't be thinking about, my uncle says I'm leaving there with my feet up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So as-built survey
Yep.
at end of project. And here's one that we should always be putting in there, certificate of compliance.
Yeah.
Because it seems that people forget and 10 years down the road, they come back asking for a certificate.
But you have a 3-year rule on that.
Unless the person that comes in and executes it, we're not going out there saying, hey, you need a certificate of compliance.
Yeah, but I don't do it.
Well, the other thing that we should
People are
put on
coming
there,
10 years
that has to be
later and
recorded at the
panic
registry
because
of
they have a
deeds, these
closing
people
date in
tend
mind.
to-
I should have followed the rules. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's okay, it happens.
yeah.
You know,
order-
DEP's suggesting now that we not issue the
I
OOC
know.
until it's been registered at the registry.
I know. No, the order of conditions are always registered at this registry. That's a standard.
Yeah, but
It's
the
the
thing
last
is,
page.
but the things we're dependent upon the consultant to do it, and some consultants just happen to forget to do it.
Order of conditions not being recorded at the registry of deeds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Right, Kev? That's happened once or twice.
Pretty religious one.
Yeah.
But that's happened once or twice.
So we have to remind people to do that?
We actually should have, once we get a part-time person, they should actually physically do it on our behalf. Because think about it, if you have an order of conditions, you don't want to have that attached to your deed.
No, of course. That's why you get the certificate of compliance after it's done.
But here's the kicker, if you never record it at the registry, you don't need the certificate of compliance. You see? You see the way that game's played?
Then the project was done illegally.
No, you just
Because it needs
happen
to
to
be
omit,
recorded.
you just happen to omit recording it at the registry.
Disagree, then,
All right.
anyways.
All right, we'll talk about that later.
Recorded
Bill-
at registry, Hampshire.
And we don't need any bounds in this situation, right?
No, I don't think so.
All right, I'm gonna try printing this out one more time. Let's try it on this port. I've tried it on 2 ports, let's try it on this port.
And G, certificate of compliance. Within 3 years. That's,
I do them right away.
I know you're right, that's the
Oh,
best way to do it.
It's smart to do it, Dennis.
It's in my DNA.
Yeah. no,
So
that's
those are
good.
the items, guys, so.
I'll start typing them if you hand it to me. You
So
want
we have a
to,
motion to approve.
a motion to
With the
approve the
standard
special,
conditions- with the
standard conditions plus the
Along with the
specials.
special conditions
Yes.
for 499 East State. And they are as follows, install erosion control between elevations 273 and 274 from the north side of the project through the westerly side to the southerly side. B, execute compensatory storage as soon as shown on plan by RH LeMaitre dated July 10th, 2019. C, notify Concom 72 hours prior to work. D, all disturbed areas, surfaces shall be loam and seeded for stabilization. E, as-built survey at end of project. F, order of conditions need to be recorded at the Hampshire County Registry of Deeds. And finally, G, certificate of compliance is required within 3 years of projects from the order of conditions date.
That's it.
They may not be in correct order, but,
You should make that boilerplate. I can't be the only one.
no, it's pretty much is boilerplate, except for a few, the compensatory storage. And the order of condition, the certificate of compliance, I think that's never, that should be in all of them too, yeah, should be. Just,
Where the Hampshire Registry of Deeds has moved.
Oh, really?
They're on Railroad Street.
why?
I don't know. You know where Don Gleason's building was?
Oh, yes, yeah.
It's on the backside of the
Oh, it is. Oh,
building.
it is.
I do it electronically.
Yeah, so that's the problem. I occasionally go up there.
They have a lot of stuff to move over though.
Oh, it's all moved
Oh, yeah, Gleason's?
behind Gleason's. Yeah,
I guess the courthouse needs the extra space.
I don't know.
But you know, getting back to this recording, if someone doesn't record their order, it's kind of lost. There's no way, unless the commission recalls, there's no way to recover that, particularly if you have a change in
Look at,
commissioners.
like you said, if we had a part-time secretarial
Oh, if we had,
manager,
Oh,
who you
yeah.
could keep track of
of
these
course you
things.
could, we have it
very
on a
easily.
computer. We have it on a computer.
What's that?
Well, Kev, case in point,
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Keyser,
It's-
he has an order of conditions for the work done.
Trying to find the time.
That's been recorded, correct? So have you closed that one out yet?
No,
So how you gonna treat that? See, that one's on his deed, and you gotta have that resolved before you do the new one.
I understand.
Yeah, see, so that's the problem. So you gotta get a certificate of
Well, we
compliance.
requested an inspection by the commission.
You gotta submit that to Kathy and then for the order.
Yeah. But has he done the work for the original project? All that work's been done?
Yeah, that was.
All right, so hey guys, Wenda, I have a building permit here for 499 East State Street for the project we just approved as an
Yep.
order of conditions. I make a motion to approve the building permit based on the order of conditions.
A second.
And this is for the garage?
This is for the work that he just filed.
Okay, so that's for that particular project? Okay,
I only have one project, but it is a garage and a room addition.
okay, all right.
So there's a motion to approve, second, all in favor?
Aye.
I'll let Kevin explain to me in the next couple of days what all this means and timing.
Yeah.
So that's mine, don't take my stuff there. Keeping the pile straight. Yeah. This was all last
Okay.
time. Window.
Okay, there you go.
Do you need that stuff? How are you progressing, Linda? Do you need more time, or do you want to just do that later? Because he's got his building permit now at this point. Or his
I'm
part of his
working on
building
it,
permit.
but we gotta find the special conditions,
We gotta do-
and we have to do the form.
I know. So we're-
Can you do the form? Can you get online? Bill?
I can't print out, that's the problem.
print the
We should try that other printer in a second. The HP.
That's inkjet. Good luck.
It's already 8 o'clock, yeah.
Why don't we do the best we can to get this together?
How about if Kathy, you think Kathy can help us out by doing this?
We can ask her.
Yeah.
If we get rid of the special conditions, it's just basically boilerplate.
Well, I'm typing them up now.
Yeah.
Kevin, you think you can persuade Kathy to do this?
You're typing them up and emailing them to somebody?
Well, the special conditions. What we just talked about.
Yeah.
Sounds like the printer's a problem with that.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is, yeah, Amanda had her computer's tied into that printer line, is it?
Fortunately, we don't get much of a budget for
I can see that,
Yeah.
we're still here cooking, so
Yeah, we're trying. All right.
it doesn't matter. Am I all set to be dismissed?
I think so.
I think you're good, Dennis. Well done.
Well,
Very, very good. Great to help you.
Thank you.
Very
Good luck.
Very good.
okay.
And yell if you run into any issues, you know, if there's a big rock or something where you're trying to do comp storage, you know, anything,
Yeah.
you know,
We're clever, but you're right, and I've got this out,
Yeah, I don't
my
think so.
details, so.
yeah, all right. But if anything arises, just call us.
Thanks, Kevin.
Bye, gentlemen.
Continuation of notice of intent, 7:45, continuation of notice of intent filed by Mike Pio, PC Development LLC. Proposed construction of residential subdivision and associated stormwater management structures. The roadway will require a wetland fill and open channel crossing with regards to property located on Carver Street, known as map 16-B-15.4 and 16 in the town of Granby. No one here from Mike Pio?
Ed, this is another project where the applicant has an open order of conditions, and he has agreed to do a conservation restriction in lieu of that fee simple acquisition for the town. That's what we're doing, Lou. We're doing conservation restrictions on acquired properties. We don't want to take the liability of actually owning all this land. So we're doing a CR, and there's certain criteria that they need to follow. So Don Frederick of Sherman and Woods, or Sherman and Frederick, on behalf of the applicant, is crafting that with DEP. So that's in the works. We're going to acquire about 11 acres up off of Carver, way up the hill. Yep.
Before we go back to the dog park, you're here for that certificate of compliance.
George, you need a certificate of compliance, don't
Can you
you?
get that typed out?
What?
Certificate of compliance? That's Kendall Street.
It's a Form 8B for George's property.
Sure, come on up.
Yeah. Ed, did you go there?
I did go there.
And you took some photos? Yeah, I saw the pictures, okay.
Oh, these
So
are the
monuments-
pictures I saw?
Yeah, the monuments are in place.
Those were just installed.
Yeah, on the side of them, you see the pipes there? Those were there.
Those were the original bars.
Yeah, but then they said I had, well, I didn't even notice that I had that volley column, so I left the pipes there, I just put the
Yeah,
volley.
no, that's fine.
I saw the spikes, rebars or bars in the ground. Next to them, you put the rally columns. And those rally columns represented the resource area or limit. There was part that was the area that was cut out, the grass, is that part of that resource area? Or did those, I didn't walk into that cut
Yeah, I
grass.
mean, in that part,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the driveway is on the left side, if you walk straight back, I saw the 2 lally columns, and I didn't go further back into the grassed area. Are there any further, that's the resource area. See, I didn't have the plan in front of me, so I don't know what the
yeah, that's the
plan looks like.
resource area right there.
So you've been cutting the grass in the resource area,
Yeah.
so,
I haven't cut it in the last like 3 months, but.
so
Or
that,
in the back part, in the wetlands, no, I don't cut that back. Well, yeah,
see, I didn't have the plan, so I couldn't tell you whether
Yeah.
mowing of the grass was allowed or not.
So did he have to put wetland plants in there?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. But again, the order of conditions that came through didn't have a plan. So I didn't have the plan to tell me what was the conditions that, for the building.
they wanted the 4 lolly columns, but I had
There's
the 4
more,
points.
yeah. So without the plan, I don't know.
All right. You want me to
So
try
you're
to
looking-
find the file? Is that what we need to do?
I couldn't get into the building.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Supposed to have closing on it last week, they canceled because of this week's meeting.
Okay, so,
I don't even know what's this address on Kendall?
all right, let me save this document.
What plan are they looking for?
The original engineer drawing. Is that it?
This is the back.
Yeah. Yeah, because you were cutting in here. You came in like this.
Right here.
Yeah, you were cutting much further back, but.
Well, actually, this goes really deep. The woods
Right.
are way back here.
Right, but it looks like this is the wetland buffer or the wetland
Right.
that they're protecting.
Yeah, I cut like this.
Right,
This-
that's
this
fine.
piece here.
That's fine, but it was this area here that was cut. That can't continue.
Yeah, I'm not gonna continue on.
Right, I meant as long as the new homeowner knows, I can't.
I did tell him,
continue to
actually, I
cut.
told him that the pillars are there.
And
But
that's
see,
it.
the reason for that is because it's, let's see that pit, that was the pipe there.
Right, I saw
The
it.
gallon was real low, so I never noticed it until we got a finder.
No.
So we found it, and then I realized when I was cutting the grass about 4 inches high.
Yeah, it wasn't lawn.
I'm not used to
Yeah.
using these. I have a Mac. I can't even get this to go away. I
So,
can minimize it maybe. That'll minimize it, all right.
are you
all right.
guys,
I mean, it's not gonna be cut.
So I need
The
a
pipes are there, so-
COC. I wonder if I can find one in here somehow. I don't know if you can search.
well, first of all,
Search.
are you guys
Desktop.
want to talk about the order, certificate of compliance and
COC.
vote on it, or are you comfortable with me just going out there? I don't know if Patty went out there. I thought Patty was gonna go out there.
Well, we should look at the plan, and we should find out if there's order
Here's the plan right
conditions.
here, suppose that, again,
Okay,
I understand what you're
can you please
saying.
pass that to me?
here, Bill.
Because-
And I could see when he was cutting the grass in there, that it was probably outside the limits that he shouldn't have been cutting. And he's just agreed that he shouldn't have been cutting, and he stopped cutting there at this point.
Yeah, I got to disclose on this, I did George's septic design in 2004,
Okay.
but
So does it
again,
say where
so,
the posts
yeah,
went?
rule of necessity. We've-
Do we know where the posts are?
Yes.
Yes, I witnessed them.
These here?
Correct.
Is it along this line, the
That's
what?
correct.
Okay.
They are relatively straight. Not perfect, obviously, but
So we should have some other information about this, about the plan. Order
again,
conditions.
I went out there, I could see that the rebar that was drilling the ground, he put the posts
Yeah.
next to it. It's
We don't know if you're
probably-
supposed to plant wetland veg or anything.
And the order of condition didn't say that. The only
All
order
right,
of
what's
condition said.
you found the order of conditions?
Well, Kevin did the permitting, grab Kevin if he's
Emailed the
outside.
order of conditions,
Okay, I haven't
but I
seen
have no
those.
plan, so I don't know what the plan says. Whether the plan said you had to
Okay,
put
what
plans in
number
there.
am I looking for?
Are you looking for the order of conditions or
Yeah, the number, yeah.
the number is
order.
165, 253.
253, and what year? Do you know?
2006,
2006, okay. And what's the name?
Sexton.
Sexton. me go see if I can find that, and maybe somebody else can look for a COC in there, and we can edit.
See if I can find one. Bill, you gonna look for that? Let me grab that. Ooh, what the light? I want to put some light on this.
All right.
Okay.
You know, there's two RJ45 ports on this machine. Error printing. You know, and if we had access to this building during the week, we could get a little bit of work done.
What's the address out there? What's the address?
It's Kendall Street.
93. 93.
93 Kendall.
Must be downstairs.
Let me see. Let me see my phone, Bill.
Yep.
Please.
Sure. One document in queue, that's what it says.
Okay. Got it. This dude, why is this dude?
Sharing ports. Deal, yeah, that's the right port. DOT4. I bet you that's not right. I bet you that's not the right printer port. Oh, well. Some days you just plug along.
Yeah, see, Kathy gave me this order of conditions.
She did.
Oh, no, I don't have the, no, she gave, I'm sorry, notice of intent she gave me. So I don't have the date on that. What was that DEP number they gave you? 165?
253. 165. It could be under 053.
020.
0253. Either there's a 0 in front of it or there's not, and the top.
Zeros in front of it, yes, typically.
Yeah, I think they changed that a few years
Did
ago. Yeah, that wasn't always that way.
I gotta get the date.
Yeah.
Located at...
It's P4. You know what it is? That's the network version. That's why it's doing this.
Order of conditions have been recorded? Order of conditions have been recorded, correct? Okay, I gotta find those now.
Yeah, so go to the registry of deeds and just grab it.
I have
off
to.
of that, yeah.
No, I know,
Yeah.
it's not on here, I've gotta fill that out, so I'm gonna pull that out.
I got a copy of it.
From the registry?
Yeah, this is.
Let me see that. Let me see what it is.
It's the registry of deeds.
Yeah, okay, excellent.
That's in the errors.
That's what I need.
What's the good work that they have? How about the pastries?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll tell you, having Jamie Collins back is gonna be phenomenal. You know, the guy's got 5 years of experience. I think he's settled down a little bit. The defense should be really done here.
You guys break down by yourself a computer that ties into it.
Well, we do have one.
Well, easier said than done.
Yeah. Years ago, we did buy a computer.
Went missing,
We bought it too.
because it's broken.
We need a person to help us, that's what we need.
Problem is, you can't technology-wise, everything you gotta do is... Okay,
You guys advertise it full-time or part-time?
We're hoping to get a 20-hour person.
For both, or,
No, each, yeah.
is there enough to keep them busy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because what they can do is they're gonna do all our site visits during the week, do a lot of coordination for us, essentially get everything set, and we just come to the meeting and do our administrative stuff and our policy stuff. But they can do all this paperwork, they can do research. I'll maintain communications with DEP myself, but it'll streamline things greatly. Documents waiting. 3 documents
August
waiting.
24th.
Active domain, directory domain server. Oh, the DDS is unavailable. Oh, that's a pain in the neck. What you gotta do here. Administrative services. There we are. No, the computer's not talking to the printer. That's the problem. Here it is. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Bless you. Why? 253.
So I see you guys got the stone. You brought the stone in from Belchertown from the house. How big is it?
It's huge.
Really?
It's probably bigger than 6 foot tall, 5 feet wide.
Wow.
Yeah, it's-
Cool. Cool.
It's a beautiful stone, though.
Yeah.
We just gotta get it cut now. Nice thing is it came from the borderline of the property over there.
Did Dave and his gang go pick it up? That's great.
That's awesome.
That's neat. That's cool.
It's super, super.
That's cool.
Any bigger, they wouldn't have been able to haul.
Yeah, yeah.
Michael's super excited about that. 11 months in, that's as far as we've gotten. We're still in the front.
Yep,
Very good.
that's the frustrating part. It was the frustrating part of the other cycle. So you feel like you're in quicksand all the time.
Yeah, it took me a little bit to really.
So anyway, while we're doing this, why don't we just chit-chat
Sure.
casually? George, if you don't mind, while Ed and I are trying to do this. So go ahead, Phil, fire
I don't
away.
think we need a permit or anything, this is more of an advisory thing. I mean, it's well away from the wetlands and we don't need a building permit, so basically we're just here to let you know what's going on, make sure you have no objection to it.
Yeah, just keep us posted as to what you're doing. And if you're going to be filling in some trail areas, if you could you pre-mark those maybe? Put some flags and some, then when any of the commissioners are in the neighborhood, we'll just take a little walk around, make sure everybody agrees with everything.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yes,
that'd be
as long
good.
as you can actually-
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
We're hoping, I mean, he can get going fairly soon.
Yeah, well, I think he's ready to jump on it pretty quickly.
Okay, so his company specializes in doing trails?
Yeah.
Are the trails out in the woods, are those all blazed now currently? You got markings on
We
the
had put in
trees?
for a grant to redo them all.
Yeah.
And we did not get the grant, so.
Jimmy Petrus was doing some blazing on his own nickel there
I
for
think
a
they've been
while.
marked, I don't know, you know more than I do, because you're up there all the time.
I mean, yeah, they're marked, you know, yeah, how clearly is, you know, available. And I mean, the thing is, the maps, you know, on either entrance are so old, there's, you know, markings in some ways, I mean, it lets you know that you're still on.
Can anyone get lost out there if they go out late in the day?
We had it happen, nothing recent.
Yeah. Because I think the old rule of thumb was they used to have blue marks going out, yellow marks coming in. The issue, and I've seen this on many trustees of reservation trails, and the argument there is if it's late in the day, you're easier to see the yellow than the blue.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've
Which
seen.
Mark was here, he used to manage the Holly Lake property. With trustees.
Yeah.
Trustees and board.
We, part of the grant was to put GPS coordinates up there.
Oh, that's good for people. Of course, trying to get GPS with a lot of tree cover might be a challenge too.
Well, one of the thoughts that we had when I was walking with Walker back there, he works with, I don't remember who the design agency does design trail work out of, Hatfield. Yeah, Hatfield. You know the name.
They're the ones who worked with me on the grant.
Yeah. Walker works closely with them, and he was saying, he's like, you know, this could be a really nice, he's like, if you're already investing some money in now, it could be a really nice tease then for, you know, putting in something next year for a much bigger grant for all the trails, for like a park-wide.
Yeah, well, that's what I would suggest when you design things, make sure it's modular so that what you do today doesn't affect what you want to do tomorrow.
Well, and that's just it, is I know, and that's something that I was wondering if, you know, maybe the nonprofit could, you know, work on is, you know, putting together, if we were to, you know, if we were to work with an agency like that to put together a kind of a master plan for the trail.
Well, that's, one of the things on our agenda is a 5-year plan for the town, so that we know where we're heading.
For the parks committee.
For the parks committee, yeah.
Good.
And obviously, we'll be doing great input from your board on that.
Yeah.
And not just blueprints, we've also got the Partika property.
Right.
And even Cooley Field, if we decide to do anything up there.
Too bad they're not connected to one
We
another.
eventually need to come up with a forestry plan.
Well, that's another thing that we've been discussing, is we really should get up there and cut again, because that hasn't been done now
Yeah,
quite some time.
yeah.
And we've had huge
Can I take this?
So
Oh, sure.
that's something that we discussed, again, the problem is funding for.
Now, there's two ports on this.
Because a lot of towns are doing a lot of funding for their parks and their town through forestry.
I'm looking for a USB port.
And we have so
It's on
many
the other side of that
conservation
machine. I
areas.
think it's on.
We have
Gotcha.
to make enough money to
Gotcha.
pay for some of our programs.
Yeah.
And there's
Did you find one you could edit?
There's two RJ45s.
Not a
So
problem.
we're
I
gonna
got
try
it.
printing, and if that doesn't work,
I cannot find anything. Can we go on the registry of deeds or anything? to
Yeah,
find one?
hang on, hang tight.
Okay.
Is that an air printer?
No.
Our exec sent it.
Oh, if you want,
I don't know if I can find out.
Yeah, if you could PDF it, that'd be the thing to do.
I can't PDF
But we
this.
don't have a PDF.
This doesn't have a
generator.
no.
Yeah, we don't have a generator.
We don't have a stick either, right?
I just looked at the order of conditions that he's provided,
Oh,
with the
he found it.
registry of deeds stamp.
Okay,
The only conditions that were placed on it was the lally columns
Yep.
and a recommendation that he keep a natural vegetative border 25 feet from the wetland boundary.
So were
which he
the
has
columns
not.
on the boundary or were they 25 feet off the boundary?
They appear to be as that plan that he showed me.
This is, I think your plan, Bill, actually.
Oh, yeah.
They are right here.
Yeah, oh, okay.
so they're on the wetland, so he needs a 25-foot,
It was a recommendation.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's not.
The grass is cut up to that point.
Yeah, it's not a
And
requirement.
you said it's cut inside the log columns.
Yeah,
He
up on
agreed.
this side, not here.
Yeah. He stopped cutting that once he realized that he was going in there.
Once I think I realized, I couldn't see that first pole because it was under. Now I put the wally right on the side. Yeah.
So,
It's not
I got it filled out.
You knew you could do it. It's
Did you
really,
save it?
really
I did.
cheap and dirty. Take a snapshot of the screen with your
Did you hit the printer?
iPhone.
I've already did it once, and I don't want to hit it again until I see if it's in the print queue. See, it's already in the print queue.
Yeah, check, see if it's flashing. There's 2 ports on this machine.
Yeah, I got an error message. Never mind.
Okay, let me go to the other port. Stand by.
Just came out with a bunch of
Hold on, stand by. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, try it again, Ed.
Cancel.
Can't send it in.
Here we go. It's working now. Here you go. You got it?
Yes,
Okay, so I filled that out based on what I had on the order of NOI and what he had provided from the Registry of Deeds. So I have this certificate of compliance is being issued to George C. Sexton Jr. and Eleanor J. Sexton, 93 Kendall Street, Granby, Mass. 01033. Certificate of compliance was issued for regulate to a final order of conditions or order of resource delineation issued to George C. Sexton Jr. and Eleanor Sexton, dated 8/24/2005, according to what was shown on
oh, it's
the order of conditions.
2005?
Order of conditions.
That's why I couldn't
DEP
find it.
file 165-0253. Final order, blah, blah, blah. A site inspection was done by me on August 5th, 2019, of which I took pictures and sent to the commission.
Yep, I saw those, yeah.
Those lally columns are new. So is there a motion to approve the certificate of compliance? Or do we
I make a
do a
motion.
partial or invalid or ongoing conditions? And the conditions I saw were a recommendation that there be no mowing, but that's a recommendation. So, I think if Mr. Sexton makes it clear to the new buyer that he cannot go inside that wetland area from the alley columns easterly, you should,
Actually, I do the wally column right here.
right.
Back there anyway.
So he's basically cutting at the toe of the hill, path around the toe of the hill, so he can, and that's up against the wetland, so that's good. He's
When were the columns put in?
recently,
okay.
and according to the conditions, they should have been
That's
installed right
fine,
away.
that's fine.
But they're done.
That's fine.
So,
We need 3 copies of that?
well, we gotta make a motion first. Make a motion to approve.
Yeah, I make a motion that we approve the COC, that,
For complete certificate that has been done as per the work regulated of reference order of conditions has been satisfactorily completed.
and we also talked to landowner about,
So he's made aware of it, so second, all in favor? Aye. Out of necessity, Bill will vote.
Yeah, on a necessity, I'm voting.
I gave them a $200 check. Do I have to call them or do they call?
Well, there's
To
a,
Kathy, you gave Kathy Leonard.
yeah, that check goes to Kathy Leonard for the,
That's because you're delinquent, that's because you're delinquent. That's because you're delinquent. You're over 3 years, it's $200.
Oh, so you already issued to Kathy, correct? Kathy has the check?
Yeah, so he's good.
That's fine,
He's
good.
all set. We're all
So
set.
here's one.
Yes.
Sign away.
Staple it up, yeah, sign and staple.
That needs to get recorded at the Registry of Deeds.
Yeah. Yeah, I said it was either good or bad for another 3 years.
I'm sorry, what was,
It's a lot of work.
no, no
You
act,
guys got this board.
yeah. Any new activity inside that resource or near the resource area is gonna file a whole new notice of intent.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, no, no.
You were saying-
Oh, no, we're just busting your chops. We gotta point to another thing.
No, it happens. People don't realize that you've gotta clean these things up. You know, it's just, people are busy, they forget. If we had somebody helping us here, that person could keep track of these.
Yeah, conservation. I was an associate.
Oh, you were? Oh, back in the day, back in the 80s, with Kevin and Walt Jasowitz and Les Reynolds and those guys? Yeah, that's funny.
And then I went to a personnel board.
Oh, okay, yep,
I stayed at half for about 3 years.
yep.
Takes a lot of time.
Oh, it does. It's a thankless job.
Need a stapler?
Yep.
Thank you. How many copies are we giving? 2? One needs to get recorded in Hampshire County.
So bring it up there and record it.
And when you do record it, make a copy. This is all the recording information here.
And I think it's $75, isn't it?
We'll stamp it. Give us a copy.
Or give it a copy.
Staple that, staple that.
Or let us know. We can download it online too.
I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you an extra copy for yourself. Hold on.
Gotta staple that up.
Oh, this one's set. All right.
We need one in-house.
Yep. All right. Okay.
Here's our,
George, very good, sir. Hey, very good, very good. Good, I'm
good
glad.
luck.
All right. Good luck.
Stop over, have a beer. That sounds good. Thank you. Very, very good.
saved this.
Thank you.
I called Patty on it, because I didn't know it.
Oh, yeah.
I told Kevin, I'm not gonna bother you, because I already bothered you.
That's all right. Thanks, George. Very good. We'll see you soon. Thank you. We'll just put that in the file.
Whose computer is this?
That's ours. That's the
Could
commission's.
we email this?
That's a 2005 computer.
Email this file to Kathy?
Yeah. I would email it to all of us.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are
That
you
means
going right now? Go on. You can go online with that.
I'll do it later. Or Wenda, do you want to email that document?
Actually, I don't even know if there's an internet browser on that. That computer's
is.
pretty old.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Firefox. I don't know if it's quite updated.
Oh, well, maybe it isn't updated.
All right.
All right, so moving
Did you
on to
save it
the...
as?
It's just hit save, and I put 93 Kendall Street, it's in the documents folder.
All right. So,
So what else you guys got for us?
That's pretty much it. You want to see a list of the work?
Yeah, let's take a look.
See what you get some water.
Yeah.
He just stepped out to take a phone call.
Okay.
So the select board gave their authorization on this pending a liability policy and workers' comp policy, which
Yeah.
is...
Yeah, how many guys does he have working for him?
I actually don't remember.
we have Internet Explorer. I don't know how we have Bluetooth.
No,
I
that's
don't know
good.
how to
That's
do
good.
email in here.
That's fine, that's fine. Yes.
Hey, how about the well? Did you guys put your well in?
Still in the talking stage.
Yeah.
That's for the dogs?
Yeah.
Shallow?
You know, I know Dennis Conti was retired, but I talked to Dennis
Yes.
anyway, and I thought maybe he'd do it for
here's
free,
email.
just for out of the
Does he have
goodness
the
of his
equipment
heart.
on there?
Well, he'd probably get rid of all his gear,
What'd
but
you say?
he's out of the business. Apparently, no one took over his company. I thought someone had
Yeah,
absorbed
well,
his company.
he sold his accounts.
I think to New England Water Supply, and that's kind of a bigger outfit. I don't think they'd come and do this for free. Because I was trying to persuade him to do
Do we
it for
know
nothing.
There's a
Kathy
guy in town
Leonard's
that
email?
does wells, right? Another guy in town.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there
I didn't
is.
know that.
Pop
I
up.
didn't know
There
that.
is. So that's a possibility.
No,
We can
it's
check with
not.
them. They got a fairly
Because
reasonable.
it's a shallow well, all they're gonna do is put a well point in, right?
That's right.
They're just gonna drive a well point, and Dennis had all the equipment
Yeah,
for
well point
that.
that.
It's just a tripod unit with a hammer on it, you just pound it in. Yeah. And I think your number was like 4 or 5 grand. That seemed to be a lot of money for that.
Three,
yeah.
35, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's including the hand
It's all
pump.
going
The
up.
pump, the pump's not cheap,
Yeah.
that whole
yeah.
mechanism.
But again, I'm just trying to save us all a couple of shekels here.
Well, yeah, we've been doing our best to,
Yeah.
stretch these dollars out as much as we can.
Yeah.
The town's been amazing, just the highway department, people on transport stuff.
Now, do we need to come back for you? We don't need to come back to you for the well.
CC me.
Board of Health. No, not even Board of Health, because it's not
It's not
potable.
potable, yeah.
W.
Though I'm guessing you could probably get some good. You know what I would do? I would have the water tested, even though it's non-potable.
BT 90,
Just for,
18.
yeah, just for knowledge.
Sure.
No, that's good. I'm glad it's proceeding. That's so
.com?
excellent.
As you know, and just for their sake, we started a nonprofit. We're in the midst of that right now.
Oh God, what an adventure. I've been working on that one for a while.
And we've got all the paperwork
Right.
filed for the 501c and all
Yeah, how
that.
do-
So we're gonna hopefully use that as a tool to raise some funds to put
Was it Friends of Dufresne?
the Friends of Granby's Parks. 'Cause we didn't want to limit it to Friends.
Okay.
So we do have the other properties.
Okay. Good, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful job. You guys are putting in a lot of time.
You're on that.
I know I am. But you don't, unfortunately, I don't go to any meetings, but I appreciate being on the correspondence list.
Cool, cool.
And I see Billy and Brian donated $300 apiece.
Yeah, they donated startup
That's
costs for us,
excellent. That's
'cause
good.
all the filing fees and
That's
everything.
good. That's excellent.
You can't solicit till you're legal. You
Yeah,
can't-
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you have to get the federal and the mass.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, for the nonprofit, the
But
503.
you probably could do the short
G3.
form. I'm doing long form.
Yeah, you can do the easy form. It's actually pretty easy. It used to be tedious, but now it's took me maybe half an hour to do the federal form.
I've been working on this for a year.
Yeah, I believe it.
For what now? For what are you
For
doing?
our nature center in
Oh,
Vermont.
really? Oh, good, good.
So it costs
Wonderful.
$1,000 to file,
Wonderful.
I think.
So what's your timeline now to start cracking on this?
That's a question for Walker.
Time to get up tomorrow.
We're good to go then.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Probably.
Realistic.
The, 12th and 13th of September.
Okay, a couple of weeks on. Is GZA donating some time?
They donated a lot.
Yeah, they're the ones who put together the design, they've
Yeah.
been going out and mapping things
Okay.
out.
Okay.
They've said up and down delineating wetlands if need be.
Yeah, okay.
There's one thing we'd like to do, just for your information, is the Taylor Street gate next to you
Yep.
is to basically close that and to open up a second entrance on Kendall up near 202 that they use
Okay.
for Charter Day.
Yep,
And then bring all the traffic, and that would come in on the other side of the corner.
Because I have traffic all night long.
Sure.
so would you do, put a couple of boulders in the road just to?
And that one,
close
we
it
just
off? Yeah.
was gated and leave it gated
Oh,
shut.
Because the sign's actually on my property, or at part of it.
Well, that's right, you did some surveying.
Unless there was a reason to get in, I
Yeah.
don't even know if they need to
Yeah.
for the horse show.
Yeah, yeah.
We certainly do.
I've been to your house.
Yeah, you came to look at sobs.
Yeah, you've got the old 900 in the back.
Yeah.
That's right, I forgot about this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we probably need some wetland delineation up near the entrance. But that would help the police out a lot too, because now if they're on one side of the park and at night, there's activity on the other side, by the
Right.
time they walk around.
Right,
it's
right,
done. So
right.
Yeah.
We'd be able to close off the road next to her.
Well, I even have keys to locks. I have 2 different keys for 2 different locks that we've had in the past. Because I'd have to go out there and unlock it in the morning.
Yeah. We're also talking to Chris about, he's gonna put in the budget next year, solar powered gates on timers, so we can shut the park
Yeah,
and open it without someone having to.
yeah,
come in
no,
and
that's good.
unlock it.
Very, very good.
He's also gonna beef up the security.
How about security cameras? You don't want to go there, or you do want to go there? Oh, good, that's
That's on the
excellent.
list. yeah.
Good, good,
He even offered to put an article on for a pickleball court. So
cool,
we'll see how that goes.
fun.
Yeah, it looked like a bunch of Casey's books ended up at the library
Oh,
sale.
I'm surprised. Yeah.
I was like, I talked to somebody.
Did you buy them?
No, I was hoping they'd get donated to us.
Over here, yeah.
Yeah. No, well, to the conservation, because we're all.
Yeah, no, but you're saying they ended up with the, yeah.
No, they end up at the library sale in Belchertown.
Oh, Belchertown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Ellen probably bought them over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you need anything else from us at all?
Bill?
Not
No,
right now.
if you do have a chance, it'd be good to put a few wetland flags
I'll
out
go-
beyond where the dog park is.
I'll go and flag a few areas we're talking about that way.
Yeah, and send me a little sketch with where things are, so when I'm out there, I can kind of find my way around.
Yeah, we've got, actually, there's the old map, I can just take a copy of that.
Yeah, just hand scribble on it, that'll be good.
I'll send that off to y'all.
Cool.
I don't know, you're probably aware of it, they may not be. Eagle Scout, for his project, put in a 9-hole Frisbee golf course up in the park too, which is, it's pretty neat, so.
Nice.
It's,
Anything get those kids outside, I'm for it.
You know,
we
I
want to try and somehow not mark, but block off the roadway over on the Kendall Street side in the winter so that they're not doing donuts in the field. It's a mess out there right now. The kids just go out in the mud and then it's all, it's a mess. But so maybe in the winter we're going to try and block it off so that they can drive in and park and then walk the rest of the way and not drive all over the place.
sounds good.
I think that's it from us.
Okay, folks, hey, great to meet everybody tonight. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your support.
And you hang in there.
Does Conscom have an email?
It still can't be easy, I just lost my husband.
It does, but nobody
Yeah,
looks at it,
February.
so it's best to send it just to me.
So my life's a mess, so I know it's like, that time is still important,
Yeah, thank you.
so,
Okay, all good?
Thanks for the support.
Thank you, guys,
Yeah.
all the best. all
take
the
care.
best.
All right, so going on to our old business, I think.
That's why the car looks familiar.
Which car? My car?
Yeah, is that the Volkswagen?
Oh,
Is that her old car?
the Saab, yeah.
Yeah, that's mine. But it's very much like the black one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so.
Was it 9.5 or something?
9.3.
9.3,
Yeah.
cool.
Is your
Good
copy
cars.
work?
You can have that.
Oh, okay. Could you just email me a copy of the workman's comp? Yeah. Put me in with that, the board, and be good to go.
Insurance certificate?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is not a copy, it's a printer, so it's a pain in the neck to try to
Yeah.
copy it.
Yep.
Okay,
Take a picture and scan it in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks.
It is now 8:40. I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
Yes, second.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
That's it.
Public hearing closed.
That's it. Thanks,
Did
Alex.
we?